Hey, good night, everybody. This is late at night. I'm putting this finally together. I think it was very important to get this out for everyone to see. Listening to the politicians, we may be within a few days of opening up several states on May 1st. And of all the retail or different places to be opened up, tanning salons, to me, are the most safe areas to open up because we sanitize the hell out of everything. So I see us picking up some business here in May. So I wanted to get this presentation to you to give you some ideas of what to do. And the way I look at this is that there's been so much negativity just around the world around us. We have customers that are absolutely pent up about their tanning and pent up about emotions just in general. I am too. I'm going crazy. So what we want to do is we want to go out there and open up salons with a big way. We almost look at that this is we're opening the salon for the first time. So I'm suggesting a grand reopening type celebration. I'd get balloons, I'd get streamers, I would get those big blow up animals that you could have, helium animals outside of your salon. Remember that everybody that in your area that's going to be opening up a salon is going to want to get market share. You've just got to be that much more excited about attracting people. You got to really make this like this is a whole brand new thing. It's like this is a new salon. In some ways, all your salons are going to be new. So anyway, I suggest a big celebration. I'd go rent some of those big helium animals to float out outside your salon that catches people, whatever. I also like car wraps, where you have your car wrapped with your salon logo, which can sit outside of your salon out there in the parking lot, again, to draw traffic. And of course, we are talking about regular uh, marketing, email and social media, those kinds of things, maybe radio in some areas. But let me get on here with what I'm talking about. And I guess what it comes down to is you got to start thinking big, people. People have been away from each other for a long time, and they've missed their indulgence. My hair is so long, I feel like a golden retriever. I'm going crazy. I got to get my hair cut. And all of you may feel that way. So research has shown, steady research has shown over many years, during depressive or recessive times, women, which is mostly our demographic, women are looking for indulgence. They buy more liquor, they buy more cosmetics, they want to get their toes done, their nails done, whatever. They haven't been able to do that because of this goofy ass virus, but now that's opening up. So you're going to see a pent up consumerism by women on that kind of thing. So I would not be surprised if you get a lot of tanners coming back here real quick. Now you're going to have to do some things probably that you haven't done before in terms of keeping the salon and the beds more sterile than ever. We're going to get into that in a minute, but I want you to think big about the reopening of your salon. Just don't open the doors and send out a social, notice, a Facebook notice that says, "Hey, we're open now." You got to do it big because you got to grab attention. You got to grab that market share. All right. So as I kind of look at it, it's like it's like salon resurrection is nearly here. It's like the curtains going up on your, let's call it your new salon. Now, we can go back to work in many of these states, I think 29 of them as of May 1st. My question is, are you ready to go back to work? Some of you have been taking a vacation, been lounging around. God knows I've been doing it, trying to keep myself from going bored. But it's time to go back to work. You got to get those salons ready, and there's a lot of different things you got to do. So, as I would say, that the curtain is going up, and you got to believe your tanners are absolutely starving. They want to be tanned, and are you starving? Um, are you starving to turn the virus lemons into lemonade? Maybe lemonade with vodka would be better. I don't know. That sounds pretty good right about now, especially since I'm doing this at 2:45 in the morning. Okay, moving on. It's time to advance to your goals. I love that little man up there that reminds me of playing Monopoly. I would say that you'd draw a chance card and it would say advance to goal, uh, advance to go. I'm saying it's time to advance to go. And let's talk about some of those goals. What goals? What should I do before and after I reopen that kicks and kisses ass? Now that's a little crude, I suppose, but we've got to really kick the salon in, and we want to kiss a lot of customer butts. We want to service them like they've never been serviced before. Well, okay, to do that, you need the right staff. So you know what your staff was before everything crashed. You got to give most of your hours of what you're willing to spend to those people that will do something to make impressions on your customers and sell. You got to be real cold about this because I don't imagine you can afford maybe all the hours that you had before. Maybe in a few weeks that'll be the case. That's obviously what we want. You also have to have the easiest selling package pricing. And if you haven't done that, that's what I do. I put together people's package pricing with whether it's sessions or it's EFTs, and it's different levels of EFTs, and it is incentives for your salespeople to sell, and it's incentive for your customers to not only buy that EFT but to stay on it. So if you don't have that strategy down, you need somebody like me, including those killer incentives for the staff. Um, get into it, you got to have outrageous marketing reach and frequency. You need lots of feet in the door. You know, if you're reopening, you got to let people know it, and you got to let them know before you open. Tell them next Friday, the 1st of May, I guess it is, whatever, we're opening up our salons. They got to know in front. So if you're a little bit nervous about what marketing to use, I've been marketing for 50 years and 30 years in tanning. So lots of feet in the door is the goal, of course. If you have not already formulated a major league policy and practice for salon and staff that speaks of world-class sterilization and safety, you got to do that. It is incredibly important, and think of it really. I think of it as a quest. You've got to make it that message gets to all of your customer touch points, whether it's your in salon, we'll talk about that in a minute, your email, your Facebook, Instagram, your text messages, anything that you do, every touch point that the customer has. So when they walk in, they see your sterilization policy. You might even want to start off with your people wearing masks. The thought of it, because when this thing is done and we're opened, there's still people are still going to be a little bit tenuous about who's got viruses and who doesn't. And you need to have the policy down about how often you clean and how thoroughly you clean, so you can recite to the customer right when they come in the door. And like I said, maybe you're wearing a mask, but I would put those touch points I'm talking about are in all your marketing, and it's on your rooms, and it's on your beds that says this is what we do in cleaning the beds every day. You want that customer's confidence coming in the door. They come in the door, they want to see that you're taking this seriously about um, sterilizing your salon and keeping the virus away. I would even go so far as to recite the 1993 statement by the CDC that it's pretty damn hard to get a virus in a tanning bed. Okay, so that's really important. Next, recognize that some tanners will be reluctant to go anywhere, including tanning salons. They're just going to be a little schizoid. But I think their desire to have this indulgence and look good is going to far outweigh that. But you've got to continue to give them constant reassurances, because you got to get them back into self-esteem indulgence, not worrying about who's coughing or doing this or that, or are the beds clean. And now part of your plan and telling all those touch points of customer service just how sterile and how clean you are, let's slip into the fact that unlike the fitness centers, you can't trust that whoever used that bed cleaned it to a sterile satisfaction. we've got to really push this now into against the fitness centers, that you say to your customers, that you're sterile clean with us. You don't know about those fitness centers because the tanner's supposed to clean it themselves when they get through. Can you trust another tanner? You don't have to worry about trusting a tanner in our salon, because when they get done, we slather the heck out of that thing and there is nothing that's going to grow in that virus. Okay, so that's something to think about. Your tanner is going to be a little reluctant. Make sure they know about how much better you are than fitness centers. And also recognize there's an enormous, huge pent up in tanning. Look at your first couple weeks could be very big, because I think you've got a lot of people waiting to get back in. And particularly if it opens May 1st in 20 some states, you still have people thinking about weddings. Graduations are kind of off the table. I have three grandsons that are graduating in May, and it's done. One from Johns Hopkins, by the way, that's been studying this whole virus thing. But there's going to be no virus, or excuse me, there's going to be no graduation ceremony because of the virus. But there might be weddings. So, or family reunions or whatever. And just the fact that it's going to become summer and people don't want to look as white. So there's huge pent up tanning. And I was talking about the sterilization. This is another thing, a model that we put together, an ad that we put together for a client. But the theme of this is, you got this gal laying in the tanning bed. She looks very comfortable, very relaxed. You're not seeing a whole bunch of her naked. You're just seeing her face that looks very almost Zen-like. And what does it say? It's a virus-free zone. And that's what we're trying to get across to people, that they feel that they can come to us and not have to worry about picking up any bugs. Through this whole thing of laying, everybody down and keeping people in the houses, of all of the retail operations that should have been kept open, tanning salons was one, and I know you all agree with me. We clean the shit out of that place every day, 20 times. Nothing, no bug is going to last in there. But so in your advertising, use this kind of a model that say whatever your tanning salon is, Chili Peppers is a virus-free zone. Put your name in there. Use that kind of a graphic. Okay, so let's move on to some goals here, because we've got some things that you've got to get ready and exploit those advantages. Smaller, social, distant crowds, personal service, super clean, virus-free, sterile beds, and shove that right at the fitness centers. They can't promise that. We can. Okay, so now don't be subtle. Now, the time to advance to your goals. Okay, more goals. Decorate your salon. I would approach this like it's a grand opening. This happens to be a grand reopening. I would decorate it. I would beg, borrow, steal ways to give your salon a grand reopening look. I would have flyers out there. I would have balloons for the first couple of weeks. Stuff that you could see from the drive-by as people are going by your salon. You want them to look like, wow, that's not Fred's tanning salon or there, but I don't know what it is, but it's a grand opening. You want to draw traffic to you. So, you got to make the first 2 weeks you're open an event, because you want to stick out among all your competition. Make it an event. Now, talk to your suppliers. Talk to the lotion suppliers. Get lotion closeouts for a quick sale or as a premium for tanners who step up and buy packages. Look at people when they go to grand openings. People go to grand openings of retail stores. They're looking for freebies, tchotchkes as we call them. So if you can buy some closeouts, and let's say you're selling closeout lotions for $9 or $10 or something like that, and closeouts on packets too. That's the kind of stuff that you got to go after. You got to get set. And there it is. It is today. It is the 18th of April. This thing could be open in 13 days, less than 2 weeks. Got to go to work, folks. We got to get this stuff ready. Okay. And so talk to your suppliers about closeouts. Talk with your landlord to see what other salons what other stores in your strip center or your retail shopping area are doing. Maybe you can partner with them. Now, here's what I mean by partner. If you find that you've got a big beauty supply store that's going to be putting out email or Facebook posts or whatever, tell them you'll put their ad on your Facebook and email if they will put yours on theirs. Don't get into this thing, you buy something from me, I'll buy something. Don't get into that doesn't work. When you can piggyback on their advertising and they piggyback on yours, there is some crossover in customers, but not a lot. So talk to those people. I mean, if a guy sells gravestones, I don't think I talk to him. But if you got a beauty supply place, massage parlors, massage studio, whatever, a heavy nails, toes and nails place, a big hair salon, whatever, anything that's like that, or anybody. I mean, even if you have a liquor store, whatever, and they're going to put out some advertising through social, and although liquor stores are open, but you got to talk to these people. Say, hey, we're all in the same boat. We've all been killed by this virus. We want to go out there and we want to really hit people with a lot of messages about come to our center, specifically come to my tanning salon. So talk to your landlord, see what other things that he's doing. And it's to your landlord's best interest, by the way, that you guys collaborate. I would talk to the landlord and say, can we get a meeting? Can we get a meeting of every owner in this center? And what are you going to do? How can we piggyback on each other's advertising? And that's very much to the landlord's interest. The landlord has power in that he's leasing stores to people who are successful. He needs you to be successful. So he's not going to be talking about eviction if you can't pay your rent, because he can't evict everybody. So ask him if he can get together a meeting of all the retailers there, and let's put together some incredible promotion, maybe with enough involved in it, everybody chips in a few bucks, you might be able to do something with radio or television or whatever. But this is big time, guys. This is big time. You don't have to have a giant tanning salon. You just have to have the support of a giant center around you. Okay, so teaming with other tenants, it works. I've done it. We've done it with fitness centers that didn't have tanning. Even if it's a fitness center and they got 2 beds, who cares? They have to compete with Planet Fitness, so they should be very interested in dealing with you. Okay, more goals. Sell EFTs when you can. But and you've listened to my webinars many times before, and I'm an EFT freak. It should say that, EFT freak right here. So during the peak season, typically late January to even into June, I'm not talking BOGOs. I'm talking EFTs, selling them to higher levels, to higher durations. But we have a little interruption here. A torpedo hit us in March and gutted out a big part of our peak season. So if we're going to be open May 1st, you want to sell some EFTs when you can. But the first 2 weeks, the goal is to get butts in beds. So BOGO type offers, buy 10 sessions, get 10 sessions free, buy a 30-day package, a 30-day unlimited, get a 30-day free. I typically would not suggest at this time of year because it takes away from selling EFTs. I am suggesting it now because we need people in the store, and not only does that bring us traffic, but it gets you cash, immediate cash. Of course, the best cash is the eventual cash that you get from EFTs. But for right now, if they're coming in May and June, fine. If you can't sell them an EFT, sell them that BOGO deal. Now, those BOGO deals, I would recommend that you have an expiration on them of, say, September 1st. After all, they're getting them 50% discount. You're buying 10, you're getting 10 free. That means the price on each of those 20 sessions is 50% cheaper than if they'd bought them individually. So they're still getting a good deal, but put an expiration on there of maybe September 1st. Now, why do I say that? Because you could also do it, by the way, you could do it October 1st. You want people to use those sessions, not park them in their account and say, well, I'll use them next Ash Wednesday. You want them to use them now, because if they're coming back in to your door, you have more chances to sell them to another package or sell them to a lotion. That is incredibly important. So BOGO. Another thought just to give you is that for those people that have current packages that are paid, people that have bought a 30-day, people that have bought an EFT, I would, the first week that you're open, just to generate this reopening excitement, I would tell anybody that's got a package, they're tanning free and an upgrade free, the next level in tanning for that week. Now, what does it cost you? To go from one bed to a next upgraded bed, it doesn't cost you more than a quarter, an additional cost, if it's even that. You're going up in higher power of the bed, and maybe it costs a little more electricity. That's not more. I mean, somebody has to clean the bed anyway. It doesn't matter if you're cleaning an entry-level bed or a super high-pressure bed, and so it's just maybe a little more electricity. So I would offer free upgrades, and that's self-serving too, by the way. If you have people that have current packages and they're on, say, a level 2 tanning, and you're offering one free upgrade, they can tan that whole week in that upgraded bed. Pretty hard for them to come back down to that lower level. So this is kind of a teaser for you to get them into that. Oh, I really like that. I like those shoulder tanners and this facial and blah, blah, blah. Well, good. Then let me show you how cheap it would be if you took your current package and went from level 2 to level 3. It's only, I'm just making this up here, it might be only another 83 cents a session. And when you do it that way, people see that and they take those baby steps up, but they're spending more money. Again, that's why I'm the #1 consultant in this business. I've studied this baby for 30 years. That's why I've got over 500 clients. So free upgrades. Okay, next thing I want to talk about. Excuse me. It is 3 o'clock in the morning and I'm getting dry. Okay, more goals. The BFF promotion, your best female friend. You buy a package and your friend gets the same package free. Oh, so they split the cost, which may create a new tanner for you. Now, this sounds like we're discounting an awful lot and giving away a lot of tans. Yeah, we are. I want to tell you, the big retail boxes, the Targets, the Walmarts, the Kmarts, they have what's called cost of customer acquisition, getting a customer in. There's an actual hard cost that Target had created in their formula. I know because I was there when we created that cost of what it costs us to get a new customer into Target. And there's also a cost of customer retention. That's another discussion. There is a cost for getting tanners back into your salon. And so promotions like this, the best female friend, it works really well. And you might end up with two customers. Okay, free tan week. As soon as you open, I would have the first 2 levels and one price maybe for the higher levels. So I'd have your first 2 levels of tanning are free, and that week they can tan as often as they want. Typically in a free tan week, it's only about 2.8 times, but you want them coming in because it gives you 2.8, almost 3 times opportunity to sell them to something else, to the higher level or longer duration. And then if they want to tan in the higher price beds, you come up with a flat rate for the higher price beds. That would be half the price of what upgrades would be. You're still taking in some money. So the idea is free tan week should be promoted, not free tan weekend. Free tan week start on a Monday morning going through a Sunday. The reason for that is that people have shopping patterns. And if you make it just on a weekend, they may not be able to make it on that weekend. Maybe because things have opened up, their son's playing soccer and they're going to go to something like that or whatever. You got to give them a full week to take advantage of what you're saying, because them taking advantage, you're taking advantage of them because they're in the salon and you can sell them something, hopefully an EFT. Free tan week, very important. Sell EFTs when you can, but the first 2 weeks, the goal is to get the butts in the bed. So BOGO type offers make sense to get market share and create cash flow. Now here's my suggestion was, the latest suggestion was have an expiration on November 22nd, because that is the Saturday before Black Friday week in November. And that, if you go back on YouTube and you look at my Black Friday promotion suggestion, which worked extremely well for people. And that's why I think we had 475 views on that webinar alone. Okay, so moving on. Let's get some more goodies here. Remember, and this is really, I think because everybody's been so depressed, people want to walk in the light of reopening, resurrection, whatever. They want to get back to enhancing their self-esteem again, and that's we don't sell pigment augmentation. We sell self-esteem. People want to look good. I can't stand my hair. It's too long. I'm starting to look like David Crosby. So people want to get back. Okay. Okay, free upgrades for current package paid tanners. That's very important. Everybody wants to walk in the light. Okay, next, some more stuff to talk about. EFTs, if you have sign-up fees, first of all, sign-up fees are a brontosaurus. They're going away with the dodo bird and the pterodactyl. Sign-up fees sign-up fees kill more EFT closes than just about anything else. You get through, you're talking to the customer and saying, okay, you want to be in level 2. Level 2 is $50 a month for the membership. And there's a pro rate because you're in here in the middle of the month, so that's $25. And here I'm going to collect for the first full month, which is another $50. That's $75. And then there's this thing called tan tax I got to put on there. That's another $750. So now I'm up to $82.50. And on top of that, you say there's a $25 activation fee. That kills more commitments to EFTs. It just kills them. Now, think about this. If you had, say, like a 3 or a 6 month agreement on EFTs, and they sign up for an EFT and they pay that $75 or $82.50 with the tan tax, and their card doesn't go through the next month, you're saying, oh, wow, I got taken on that deal because I could have sold them that same tanning that they're in for a month. I could have sold them that at $70 or whatever. Think about this though. If you took in $75 plus you took in some lotion, the cost, if they tanned with you, let's say 18 times in that month and a half, the raw cost for those tans is about 70 cents a piece. So if they tanned 18 times, they cost you 12 bucks, but you took in 75. So don't worry about that. We want people to stay with us, and when you work with me, I'll show you the way that we set up EFT programs so people don't leave. Typically on a 3-month, our 3-month members stay 4.5 months. Our 6-month members stay 7.5 months. So you're making money, up the kazoo, as they say. Okay, so I would drop sign-up fees because it just slows down. You want everyone to be on an EFT, every man, woman, child, and fetus, if you could pull it off. If they've got a dog, do that too. You want everybody that you can get on an EFT. Okay, now the key is simplifying your selling sheet. I'm working with a guy right now, the single salon, that has 114 prices. So we're going to trim it down and we're going to make it pretty. And the next thing you know, he's going to be so happy with what he's got because it's not going to look like what he had. I will tell you, hello. Well, I made some markings on it, but it's going to look something similar to this. And it'll be clean and neat. The prices go down per session as you go vertically down and horizontally across for the different levels. I'll show you this. I've done this 400 times, I think, something like that. Oh, 500, excuse me, 500 times. Okay, next, promote the advantages of a professional tanning salon environment versus fitness center. We got to stop sucking their toes. You guys have got to get aggressive in your advertising. We are a professional tanning salon. We're pros. We do this as a profession. Fitness centers don't do that. You can jump right out and say, look, they're not going to come back and check on your tanning. These people that are setting you up for tanning in a fitness center, they don't know a tanning bed from a beach ball. but you've got to really hit that. You've got to hit that in your message. Come to us. We're the only professional tanning center. Okay, promote a lotion exchange. 50% off any bottle of lotion when they give you their bottle of lotion. I don't care if they're bringing a bottle of 10W40. Hey, give them 50% off on a lotion. Let's say that it's a $60 bottle of lotion. You give them 50% off or $30 off, and you collect $30. Well, that $60 bottle of lotion probably cost you 10 bucks. At distributor prices, 12, and you still collected 30. You still made money. So you're not losing any money, and that promotion works. It's worked for a long time. Promote a drawing each week. Collect names and draw someone to win a free month of tanning. Entrants agree as the sign up that they will offer a quick in-salon video showing their appreciation and excitement for winning. This is what you want to do. You want to have a drawing where they win a month of free tanning, but they'll agree that in winning the month that they will do a short 30-second video selfie type thing on a cell phone, iPhone, whatever, 11 super powered uranium 235, whatever it does, that you'll get a video of them say, oh, I'm so happy, this is great, I tan here for a month, that you can embed in your email, put it on your Facebook, put it on your website. We need this excitement, guys. We're reopening the salons. We need people talking about us. I would do one of those every week. If you've got, let's say that you've got 1,500 unique tanners, and you go to reopen and you gave away four people a free month of tanning. First of all, if they're serious tanners, they're coming back anyway. So it's not like you're giving a month of free tan, you're never going to see them again. But you're getting 4 people to talk excited each week on their camera. It goes on your website, it goes in your email, it goes in your Facebook. That's stuff. That's really good stuff. It's really promoting the hell out of how exciting your salon is. Okay, free upgrades for current package paid tanners. I think we've got that. Also self-serving. Now, having each agreeing staff member. This is a good one. Now, you got to get your staff to agree to this, but get each staff member that's in agreement to do a selfie about the excitement of the grand reopening and all the specials that are taking place. As an industry, we don't take enough advantage of the girls that are working with us at the counters, because most of them are pretty damn good looking, nice personalities, whatever. We need to have that floating out there among our emails and whatever. Just using their first name, not their second name. We don't want any stalkers, okay? Now, if a staff says, I don't want to do that, I'm shy, yeah, fine, great. If they don't want to do it, you should have a form for them to sign off that says that the company has permission to use their likeness in these ads. I will tell you though, 9 times out of 10, if you said to your staff, we want to use you as an example of good tanning, and you're an attractive young lady, and you're going to be kind of the face, you're going to be one of the faces of our salon. People are vain. They're going to say, oh, okay, let me fix my hair, let me go get my nails done or whatever, and they'll do it. And it's outstanding advertising. Believe me, a pretty face that works for you will do a better job of selling whatever you're trying to sell through the advertising than a bottle of lotion. Okay, so oh, here, let me go back up here. Sure. Yeah, aren't we having fun now? Okay, what was John talking about here? John lost his way. No, okay. Okay, there we are. Next point, simplify your selling sheet. I've done hundreds of these. You've got to simplify it. The sheet can't have 90 prices on it. It has to show a direct correlation between the longer commitment you make, whether it's from a single session to a 10 session to a 30-day unlimited to maybe a 3-month or a 6-month EFT. It has to show that the pricing is going down, the price per session is going down all the time. Or when you're moving over to the higher levels, that the price to go from level 1 to level 2 is a baby step. Maybe it's only $10 more. And then to the next level, it's another $10. Baby steps. It's easy to get people to commit when they're looking at the low cost per session. And, well, what will it cost me if I go into a higher duration of commitment on those, or I go into a higher level of tan. Baby steps. You show them that it's not that expensive to do. Like I said, I've done 500 of the. No, I think actually no. It'll be 502 as of tomorrow morning. It's been crazy. Lots of people wanting to get ready. Promote the advantage of a professional tanning salon environment versus fitness center. I talked about that before. And your people should be well versed in this. Why are you much better than a fitness center? 50% exchange of any bottle of lotion when they give yours. It's kind of what we were talking about before. The drawing every week. I guess I must have picked up the wrong one here. I did. Okay, selfie. All right, let's go to this one here. All right, now segment your VICs. That's your very important customer. Those most important customers by what they spent last year to mark, and then market specific to them. So I would take the top 10%, maybe the top 15 or 20% of your customers in terms of dollars that they spent, and I would make special emails and special text messages, whatever, to them and give them special deals because they were your very important customers, but we had a little thing called a virus came in there. We want to make sure we want to make sure that they know that you know they're very special for you. So I would segment your VICs, and I'd use that year round. I'd be constantly going after them. They're spending more money. Typically that 15 or 20% of your that are your VICs are probably spending more money than 60% of the rest of your tanners. We don't have hard numbers on that, but I'm pretty sure that that's fairly close. Okay, offer a free month on the end of a 6-month agreement and 2 months on the end if they pay 10 months. So if you're into EFTs, you're saying if they bully up for a 6-month agreement, you'll give them a free month at the end of that 6 months. You use it kind of as a closer to get them to buy the 6-month agreement. And the same thing if they're going to do if you want to get them into a 12-month, say, look, you're going to be paying for 10 months. I'm going to give you 2 months free. And typically that 2 months free doesn't cost you a whole lot, but you do pick up a lot for that 10 months. Because in that 10 months, if let's say you're level 3 tanning, let's say it's $40 a month, you picked up $400. I'd gladly give them 2 months free for $400. And the thing is, that keeps their continuity and tanning going. At the end of those 2 free months, you can sell them some more goodies. The whole time they're on there, you should be going after them on lotions. Because if they're on there for a couple of months, can you stretch a bottle to a couple of months? I don't know. So keep that in mind. The longer you keep them on, the better that you can sell lotions, upgrades, all kinds of goodies. Sell tour packages, 1 tan in each level of your equipment for a price cheaper than buying those sessions at single session prices. Typically, you look at the single session price of each one of those and you knock it down by 50%. So it's a tour package. Lets them try each piece of equipment in that range of equipment. And normally that price is, it's like $29 or something like that. But you can have equipment that for a single session, you're charging $40 for a ultra premium uranium 235 kick to the moon bed. You're going to be charging big bucks for that. And if it's $29.95, they're getting a heck of a deal on all of those sessions. And then it helps them to decide what session they want to tan at. Great way to do some upselling. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Sell EFTs when you can, but the first 2 weeks, like I said, it's got to be butts in beds, and I would do the BOGO, and you know how I was telling you about that and when to expire. Okay, next, for the cost each month, and this is talking about these things I can help you with. Your pricing, your marketing, training your staff to sell both EFTs and lotions. You know what it costs to get on the vault? Let's talk about the vault. You can see over here, I'll take my cursor, and you can see here's my old face here, and you can see down below, that's the vault sign-up key that you can go to. To get into the vault is so cheap, and what's in the vault? Let's talk about what's in the vault. What's in the vault, there's 60 plus webinars. not just for you to look at, to learn from, but for your staff to learn from too. This is like you've got a whole year of things that they can learn, a new one every week. If you want to sit them down, they're usually about an hour, maybe an hour and 15 minutes. So you get 60 webinars conducted by the industry #1 consultant here, of more than 50 tanning salon companies to learn from for you and staff. Topics from selling lotions, EFT marketing strategy, HR guidance, whatever. And what is it costing you? It's costing you the equivalent of a 4-hour part-time associate. It's $39.95 a month. It's so cheap, it's ridiculous. Because what else is in there is 20,000 pages of salon growing guidance, how to grow a salon. It's got everything in there. Marketing, human resources, legal, handbook. There's 5 of my books in there that you can download, cost you nothing. 3 of them are selling on Amazon. In the vault, there's no cost other than your monthly cost. Okay, there's 5 downloadable books I talked about, written by me. There's suggested email and social marketing graphics. There's dozens of audio radio files used for radio spots if you use radio. By the way, if you're going to use radio, don't talk to anybody else but me. I've been buying radio for 50 years. This June, 50 years. I worked for the major record labels, Columbia, Bruce Springsteen, Michael Jackson, and I worked with all those people. Well, you probably see back on the wall here, all the gold and platinum records. So this is what I did. I know radio better than anyone in the tanning industry. Matter of fact, most of the people I work with at radio years ago, they're all dead or retired. I'm 73. I'm the only old fart left. There's dozens of those in there for radio spots. You can get the kind of an idea what a copy to use. And then exclusive members. If you're an exclusive member, okay, second here. Okay, exclusive for the members is we have content such as private webinars from the 30-year tanning biz that I've been in this. So we do private webinars. Coming up this fall, we want to get past the coronavirus. We have a series coming up on managing people. It's an 8-webinar series, and it's going to cover everything from interviewing, recruiting, hiring, legal stuff, motivation, redirecting employees, delegation, counseling their performances. It's going to be 1 hour each. There's going to be 8 of them, and it's going to go over 16 weeks. And I think it starts the 2nd week of September, but that's going to be exclusive for the vault. So let's setting up your pricing and getting you ready for when the curtain comes up. And the curtain's going to be up pretty soon here. So great talking to you at 3:20 in the morning. I'm going to go to bed now. But this is really an exciting time for us, guys. We're going to be opening up a lot of salons soon. You need the help, then don't hesitate. Get the help now. I have 25 new clients, and as I call it, in the queue right now. But I got plenty of time, and I got staff to help me. We can take on more. So just go to johnrfarr.com and fill in the no charge consultation session, and you'll give me your numbers, and the good doctor here will talk about your salon vitals and tell you what needs to be done. Well, thank you for listening, and I hope that where you're seeing this, that your market's going to be open, and that we can get some of this crazy season back. Thank you. Bless you. Stay in the business. We'll talk soon.